Oh, hello, everybody. It is finally the bestest, the most greatest, my absolute favoriteest time of the year. It's Christmas. It's also, coincidentally, the start of TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber 4. Can you believe that? We've been doing this 4 years now? Oh, hey, I am super duper excited to help kick off TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber for 2022. This thing's falling a little low. Anyway, I am honored to help get this party started. If you haven't jumped into the action here, you can right now online for free. Like, there's no barrier to entry. You can jump in all online at tryhackme.com/Christmas. And let's get to it. If you haven't jumped in to the TryHackMe Advent of Cyber event before, it is a celebration of the holiday spirit, Christmas, and learning cybersecurity. You can get started with cybersecurity in 24 days leading up to Christmas, where you learn the basics of cybersecurity by doing a new beginner-friendly security exercise every day leading up until Christmas. There are $40,000 worth of prizes. The more questions you answer, the more chances that you have of winning, and the event is completely free. There's no cost involved, so you, your peers, your colleagues, your friends, and your family can all jump in and have a ton of fun. If you complete all 24 daily security tasks and exercises, you get a custom certificate of completion. And hey, you've got some silly friends, some other holiday festive folks, myself, Neil Bridges, Insider PhD, CyberSec Meg, Security Ninja, and Husky Hacks, all celebrating and having some time around the fireplace with you. And every single day in December, a new beginner-friendly, hand-holding, guided, welcoming task within cybersecurity is released for you to play that follows a fun Christmas story. Every task has both written learning content so you know exactly what you're getting into, and you have a supportive video, something to help you along the way, just like this. We're going to get into some red teaming. We're going to get into some cybersecurity investigations, some web exploitation, some IoT hacking or Internet of Things, and cyber defense. If you want to zoom in on a couple of these prizes here, they have some incredible stuff. They have 6 offensive security Learn One subscriptions, which is like $12,000. They have 1 TryHackMe donation to your favorite charity, $2,000. 5 Raspberry Pis, 10 AirPods, 6 DJI drones, 5 GoPros, CompTIA Security Plus vouchers, Lipper Zero, Asus laptops. Holy cow. I don't want to spend all this time reading this, but it is totally $40,000 in prize value. And that's wild. One of the best things about the Advent of Cyber for this year, 2022, is that TryHackMe has gone all in on making this accessible for businesses and organizations. So your whole team at your company can tackle these daily challenges together. If you want to jump in with the TryHackMe for Business, there is a link in the video description. And bear in mind, all of these tasks will remain open until November of 2023, when we roll around to Advent of Cyber 5. And hey, if you're having fun with this whole TryHackMe thing, if you're excited about this and you want to dive into a full subscription, you can join the party and become a full-fledged member with an annual subscription of TryHackMe. And if you use my code Hammond2022 at checkout, you can take a little bit of the price off and have a whole lot of fun. Continue your learning, keep cruising on the education, even after the Advent of Cyber. Have some fun with TryHackMe. With all that out of the way, let's get into the story. All of the exercises in the Advent of Cyber follow a fun Christmas story. This year, Elf McSkitty needs your help to investigate a serious breach and test all remaining systems for security flaws. Here it is. Here's our friend Elf McSkitty. And they're jumping into the SOC with their key here, but oops, there's a little bit of a note on the desk there. After Elf McSkitty reads it, he's sounding the alarms. He's calling on his friends, security, we need all hands on deck. And all the elves are jumping out of bed, getting into the action, grabbing their hot chocolate and candy canes, and they review this note. It says, ho, 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 you've been naughty this year, leaving your shop open like that. We've started with a puzzle. Let's see what more we can do. Your Secret Santa. Ooh, and they start to converse. Elf McSkitty, the gift shop website has been defaced. We need to find out what happened. We need to start security testing other systems immediately. And then one elf says, it looks like it's up to us to save Christmas again. to be continued. Except you don't have to wait for the next part of the story. We're going to dive into the action right now and jump into the first couple of tasks in the Advent of Cyber 4 2022. Here it is. If you dive into the TryHackMe room, you get all of the same information that we saw on the tryhackme.com/Christmas page. We've read through that already, so we can go ahead and click completed to say we have in fact read this above and checked out those incredible prizes. With that done, let's move into task 2. Here's the fun part. We get into our best festival company, and it explains that new tasks are released daily at random times. So you have to be on edge here. The first challenge is going to be released on December 1st, today, when we release this video. They will vary in difficulty, although they will always be aimed at a beginner level. Every task in the event will include instructions on interacting with the practical material. Please follow them carefully. Below are some general guidelines for getting connected. We highly recommend you complete the tutorial room and learn more about getting connected to the TryHackMe networks. If you want to access some target machines that you deploy on TryHackMe, you'll need to either use an OpenVPN client or deploy your own web-based attack box. You can deploy the attack box by clicking the blue Start Attack Box button at the top of this page. If you're using the web-based attack box, you can complete exercises through your web browser. If you're a regular user on TryHackMe, you can deploy the attack box for free for 1 hour a day. But if you're subscribed, if you grabbed that annual subscription with my Hammond 2022 20% off discount code, hey, you can deploy the attack box for an unlimited amount of time. One of the tasks in the event will require you to deploy the Kali Linux virtual machine instead of the attack box. The Kali Linux VM will be free under the same rules as the attack box during this Advent of Cyber event. Some tasks will ask you to only deploy to VM without spawning the attack box. Some tasks will feature interactive sites for you to work with. In that case, you can just launch the website with the appropriate button listed in the task, and it'll be opened in the split view within TryHackMe. It is super important to dive into the rules here. Breaking any of these rules will result in elimination from the TryHackMe Advent of Cyber event. .tryhackme.com and the OpenVPN server are off limits to probing, scanning, and exploiting. Users are only authorized to hack machines deployed in the rooms they have access to. Users aren't allowed to target or attack other users, and they should only enter the event once using one account. You don't want any identity theft here at Christmas. That's what gets you coal. Santa would know. Answers to questions are not to be shared unless they are shown on videos and streams. Okay, cool. That gets me covered because I'm literally showcasing answers. Practice connecting to our network. I'm good with it. Let's do it. Moving on to task number 3. In celebration of Advent of Cyber, which the event is completely free, if you want to jump into TryHackMe VIP or get a subscription, you can use an annual subscription with 20% off. And don't worry about that silly code there. You got to use the Hammond 2022. This discount is only valid until the 7th of December, and that's in... My goodness, I'm going to be late in getting this video to deadline. 7 days from now, which means this video is supposed to come out like tomorrow. If you want to gift TryHackMe subscriptions to your friends, peers, and colleagues, you can purchase vouchers. And if you'd like any cybersecurity Christmas swag, there is a special edition Advent of Cyber t-shirt that's available soon. Check out the swag store and see when it pops up. And I would be remiss if I didn't dig into TryHackMe's management dashboard for business. If you are participating in the TryHackMe Advent of Cyber as a company or organization or business, if you use that dashboard, you get full access to all of TryHackMe's rooms and features, including this event, the Advent of Cyber 2022. You can leverage competitive learning and collectively engage your team in the Advent of Cyber tasks, measuring everyone's progress. And you can create customized learning to deep dive into further training topics based off of Advent of Cyber and beyond. Additionally, there are a sweet set of enterprise training webinars for TryHackMe for business clients to explore and get into the nitty-gritty on some of the topics that are discussed within the Advent of Cyber. If you are a company or organization or business wanting to get into this and hang out with TryHackMe, reach out to sales@tryhackme.com, where you can have a week-long free trial of the management dashboard. You can customize paths and track your team's progress for maximum engagement, enjoyment, and cybersecurity strength and learning and education. With that, we have completed task number 3, and let's get down to task number 4. Whoa, this is all the sweet stuff. Loving them all up on LinkedIn, Discord, Twitter, subreddit, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. I didn't know that TryHackMe had a Pinterest. That's hysterical and awesome. You guys got to jump on Mastodon. Oh man, don't put that in the video. Edit that out of the video. All right, so we are going to cyberstalk TryHackMe on all of the social medias. Completed follow on LinkedIn, completed join the Discord, completed follow on Twitter, subreddit, Facebook, Pinterest, and we are done. Let's move into the next couple of tasks. So the story, this is the comic strip that we have already dug into on the Nightmare Before Elfmas, and that is going to set the stage for everything that we're doing here. And goodness, there is a story to read. So bear with me. Let's tell this story together. The holiday season is close again. You might not feel it yet, but way up north, Elf McSkitty is already busy making sure you get your presents this year. As she walked through the yard of Santa's workshop this morning, a cup of hot chocolate in her hands, everything seemed to be going great. Gifts getting wrapped, reindeer exercising on treadmills, and Santa's sleigh being polished. The whole place was just teeming with elf activity. When McSkitty entered the office, she immediately noticed that something was, in fact, out of order. A big, dark, half-frosted card was just lying on her desk. Who placed it there? How did they get into the locked Security Operations Center or SOC room? What did they want from the Best Festivals Company Chief Information Security Officer? Not having to think twice about it, McSkitty slammed the big alarm button and yelled, "Security staff, all hands on deck! We've got an incident!" She did not have to wait long. Pretty quickly, the corridors of Best Festivals Company offices saw a team of security specialists rushing to the SOC room. The McReds, ethical hackers at Santa's command who find vulnerabilities before the bad guys do, came from the workshop. Elf Exploit McRed was first, and then Elf Recon, and finally Elf Pivot, skating on the icy floors. The McBlues rushed from the yard, where they were setting up monitoring as they were responsible for Santa's defenses. McSkitty watched as Elf Log McBlue came running in, followed by Elf Admin and Elf Forensic, the gear strapped to their belts jingling loudly. Santa's security team surrounded McSkitty, all holding their breaths. McSkitty picked up the evil-looking card from her desk with trembling hands, opened it, and they all saw what was inside. Oh, someone's been naughty this year, leaving your shop open like that. We started with a little puzzle. Let's see what more we can do. Your Secret Santa. But our shop wasn't open. The door was locked when I entered, and you are monitoring the walls, right? McSkitty looked to her team for support. After a few clicks of the keyboard at the nearest computer, Admin McBlue announced, "It's the gift shop website, McSkitty. It's been defaced. There's a puzzle? It says we'll learn who did it if we solve it." The SOC room had just a few seconds of silence before the other elves started shouting, "We need to investigate, check the logs, review monitoring, audit other systems, lock down the network." McSkitty held her hand up, waiting for the elves to calm down. "We've been through something like this last year. This year, we're saving Christmas again." And with that, we'll see you in the daily tasks. We hope that you can help McSkitty and the team find out who is their mysterious adversary, investigate the incident, and secure their systems once again. Please note that the difficulty of challenges might vary each day, but they will always be easily approachable by beginners in cybersecurity. Have fun and try TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber. We can complete that. We have read the story, and now let's take a quick sneak peek on all of these awesome potential tasks coming up every single day. I did want to get a little bit of a sneak peek, seeing what else we got in here, checking out smart contracts, doing memory forensics, digging into PCAPs, SQL injection, cross-site scripting, bin walking forensics, all of this super sweet stuff. Huge credit to all of the incredible creators that had gone ahead and authored this, developed this great work of art. Advent of Cyber is always a fantastic time and a great success. With that, let's dive in to Someone's Coming to Town. Task number 6, day 1 for TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber. Let's read through the story and then let's solve this challenge here. Someone is trying to stop Christmas this year and stop Santa from delivering gifts to children who were nice this year. The Best Festival Company's website has been defaced, and children worldwide cannot send in their gift requests. There's much work to be done to investigate the attack and test other systems. The attackers have left a puzzle for the elves to solve and learn who their adversaries are. McSkitty looked at the puzzle and recognized some of the pieces as phases of the Unified Kill Chain, a security framework used to understand attackers. He's reached out to you to assist him in recovering their website, identifying their attacker, and helping save Christmas. Organizations such as Santa's Best Festival Company must adjust and improve their cybersecurity efforts to prevent data breaches. Security frameworks come into play to guide in setting up security programs and improve the security posture of the organization. Security frameworks are documented processes that define policies and procedures that organizations should follow to establish and manage security controls. They are blueprints for identifying and managing the risks that they may face and the weaknesses in place that may lead to an attack. Frameworks also help organizations remove the guesswork of securing their data and infrastructure by establishing processes and structures in a strategic plan. This will also help them achieve commercial and government regulatory requirements. Let's dive in and briefly look at the commonly used frameworks. Oh man, scrolling down, I realize there is a whole lot to read here. So we're going to chat about the NIST cybersecurity framework. We're also digging into the ISO 27000 series and the MITRE ATT&CK framework. That gets into some tactics, TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures, really the tradecraft and the style of attackers and their exploits, and the cyber kill chain. Alongside this is the unified kill chain. As established in the scenario, Santa's team has been left with a clue on who might have attacked them and pointed out to the unified kill chain, or UKC. The Elf Blue team began their research. The unified kill chain can be described as the unification of the MITRE ATT&CK and cyber kill chain frameworks. Published by Paul Poles in 2017 and reviewed in 2022, the UKC provides a model to defend against cyber attacks from the adversary's perspective. The UKC offers security teams a blueprint for analyzing and comparing threat intelligence concerning the adversarial mode of working. The unified kill chain describes 18 phases of attack based on the tactics, techniques, and procedures, or TTPs. The individual phases can be combined to form overarching goals, such as gaining initial foothold in a target network, navigating through the network to expand access, and performing actions on critical assets. Santa's security team would need to understand how these phases are put together from the attacker's perspective. There are 3 cycles that this digs into. Cycle 1 is in, Cycle 2 is through, and Cycle 3 is out. This dives into things like reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, social engineering, exploitation, persistence, defense evasion, and command and control. Alongside, there is Cycle 2 as through, which you might be pivoting, discovery, privilege escalation, execution, credential access, and lateral movement. And finally, out. This digs into some of the CIA triad, or confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This encompasses the collection, exfiltration, impact, and objectives portions of an attack. With that, let's get started with our exercise. Having gone through the UKC with Santa's security team, it's evident that better defensive strategies must be implemented to raise resilience against attacks. Your task is to help the elves solve a puzzle left for them to identify who is trying to stop Christmas. Click the View Site button at the top of the task to launch the static site in split view. You may have to open the static site in a new window and zoom for a clearer picture of the puzzles. And we need to answer these questions. Who is the adversary that attacked Santa's network this year? And what is the flag that they left behind? All right, so let's scroll up to the top here and click on that View Site button. Here we go. All right, so I've opened up a little split view and I'm at a website here, https://santagift.shop, and it says, "Hello, Santa. For years, you have delivered happiness and joy to millions around the world during the festivities. However, you've remained untested, and the time has finally arrived to turn the best festival company into grumpy and miserable. I've taken you over your website and your warehouse, and it's time to turn Christmas into chaos. So, want to play a game to know who's behind all the misery? Now we have the worst grumpy company. And let's go ahead and start our challenge here. We need to solve these puzzles. So we have some clues dedicated to what we might be getting into. Research is part of my ask, finding clues in public sources. Public sources sounds a lot like open intelligence, or open source intelligence, right? Something that you might do with reconnaissance as the first phase of an attack. Simple documents I turn into malware. I want to look for something that kind of matches the top of the puzzle here. So weaponization sounds like an option. Number 3, a pizza, parcel, or payload all have me as an action in common. Delivery. Oh, pizza delivery. Oh man. TryHackMe, you really knew how to get to me here. You really knew my weakness, didn't you? A con is the name of my game, tricking you into believing a false identity. That is certainly social engineering, as a con or lies and deceptions and tricks are up the attacker's sleeve when they're doing some social engineering. Weaknesses are my go-to resources. Through them, I make my presence felt. I want something that fits the left edge of this puzzle here, so how about exploitation? I'm set up to let you back into the network after you leave. That is certainly persistence, right? It's the ability to maintain access and keep control over your target. Number 7 here, deletion of evidence is part of my process. I'm curious if that might be defense evasion, trying to avoid some logs or monitoring here. And then finally, communication with the compromised goes through me. That is certainly the command and control server or the C2 framework that's being used to actually target and do more dirty work on victims and the target application and infrastructure. With that, looks like we've completed the first puzzle. Let's dive into puzzle number 2. Next, we have our clues here. It says, I am an anchor that lets you go on an adventure and explore. Going on an adventure and explore might be moving laterally through the network or pivoting, actually, or being able to explore internally. Lateral movement is just another tile here for our puzzle, so let's see what else we have. Clue number 2, with me, you can locate new information to expand the attack. That certainly sounds like discovery, trying to discover new information, locating new findings. Once a pawn, I became a king as clue number 3. That sounds like privilege escalation, or turning your low privilege user, like a Joe Schmo, into the super user, the admin account or root. Next, for number 4, my payloads are triggered to infect all they come in contact with. That certainly sounds like execution, and that left side of the puzzle piece matches our little puzzle board here. Next is number 5. Passwords I collect are the keys to the mainframe. Passwords are credentials, and that would be credential access there. And finally, side to side, machine to machine, we hop. That is lateral movement in action. Moving across endpoints, digging into the environment, and continuing to compromise. That is lateral movement. Next, we can move on to puzzle number 3. And here we go. Clue number 1. In your vault, I am in. Access. I'm curious because that is just matching the top left and top here of the puzzle board. In your vault, I am in. Access to your vault, I suppose. Like a dragon, clue number 2, I gather all valuable loot. That would certainly be collection, I'm thinking. Number 3, I export gathered treasures. Exporting is going to mean kind of putting it out and getting it outwards. That should be exfiltration, where you just kind of pillage and grab information out of the network. Exfiltration should be number 3 here. Number 4, with me, your reputation goes tumbling down. That is certainly the impact on an incident, or the bad B word, a breach. And number 5, goals set, goals attained, I win. That must be completing and accomplishing the overall objectives for a campaign, or for an assessment, engagement, or an attack. Objectives should be number 5. And with that, we've completed all 3 puzzles. Now we can go ahead and click finish. And ooh, we hear the culprit behind the misery was the Bandit Yeti. And we do have a TryHackMe flag here denoting it's a Yeti Christmas in LeetSpeak. All right, so let's grab that syntax. I'll go ahead and move that down. And note that TryHackMe offers the little asterisk wildcards here to kind of offer a placeholder that might clue you in as to the proper answer, or what you really should be looking for. It's just a small hint and a nudge. Okay, we want something with 3 letters to start, and then 6, and then 4, correct? Yeah, I counted that right. Okay. So that we can submit as the first answer, correct? And now we can supply our flag. Let's copy that value. Paste that here as the flag that they left behind. Go ahead and submit. And with that, we are all done. We completed task 6 as part of the Advent of Cyber for 2022 for TryHackMe's celebration of Christmas, the holiday spirit, and cybersecurity education. But look at all the cool stuff that we can get into in the coming days. I am super duper excited to see you solve all these tasks and to see other great friends get into the action here. We've got other incredible folks from Insider PhD, Neil Bridges, Husky Hacks, so many other great people bringing some content and education to the table, and I hope you get to be a part of it. And that kicks off the advent of cyber for 2022. I'm super excited to see what TryHackMe brings to the table. I hope I can get a few more videos out and showcase and cover some of the other tasks within this set. I'm super excited for the holiday season, super excited for Christmas. If you couldn't tell, these things are fantastic. And now it's up to you. You can go ahead and solve the remaining tasks as they release throughout the month. Again, it's completely free. You can dive in, your friends, your family, your peers, your colleagues, your team, if you're playing with the business or a company or organization. It's all about learning something new and getting some of that cybersecurity education. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are just as excited as I am for the TryHackMe Advent of Cyber, and it's going to be a great time. Let's go solve some tasks and learn some new stuff. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video where we're showcasing some more TryHackMe's Advent of Cyber.